What's going on, guys? I know, long time no see. I took a little bit of vacation, more like a staycation. I had to get a lot of things done around the house, but I am back, and I am back with a great list of some great fragrances that I'm looking forward to rocking this summer. I got fragrances that are great for going out, sitting on a patio for brunch, or hitting up the golf course, or even taking on vacation. So join me. Let's talk about these 10 fragrances that I think are going to be freaking fantastic this summer. Cue that intro. What's going on, my beautiful fragrance family? I hope each and every one of you are doing amazing today, and welcome back to My 2 Cents. My name is Brian, and this is the channel all about helping boost your confidence through the art of fragrance and helping you become a lasting scent memory. All right, so we're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to get right into the list. So I have 10 fragrances here. They are in no particular order. A couple of these are going to be newer. We do have some indie, we got some designer, and we got some niche. To start this list off, we're going with a brand new one to 2022, and we are going to go with Acqua de Joe, Eau de Parfum. Now, I know Profondo could have made this list. Profondo Lights could have made this list. Pretty much any Acqua de Joe, to be honest, could make this list. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much, and no, it does not smell that much like the original, but I really like the Eau de Parfum. Now, it is a little bit like a combination of like Essenza and Profondo, and that's why I'm loving it for this summer. Salinity coming from some C notes. Then as it starts drying down, you start getting those metallic notes, kind of like how you do in Profondo. But I love the citrus quality of this. You also get a little bit of a florality throughout the heart. Not too much. It's really a citrus, some woody notes, some vetiver, and of course those C notes. Now the Eau de Parfum, I actually get decent longevity. I get a good 6-7 hours. It's really bright with the citruses in the first 30 minutes, and that kind of fades away and you start getting into those more woody, salinic notes and that metallic quality. But I really enjoy what this fragrance does, and it is a banger in the heat. It takes that original Acqua de Joe DNA, kind of brightens it up a little bit, adds a little bit more poof, oomph with the citrus, but stays tried and true to the original DNA, because it is floating around in here. It is. So go check it out. Test drive it. See for yourself. See if you enjoy it. You might not. You might like Profondo or Profondo Lights better, but this summer, I'm going to be rocking this bad boy. Acqua de Joe, Eau de Parfum. So this next one comes from Indie House, and it's coming out of Rochester, New York. And it's Flower City Perfumes, and this one is Orchard Vetiver. I had to add a really banging vetiver fragrance on here. Not something with a thick vetiver, something with a nice, clean, soft, easy to wear vetiver. I've only worn this a few times now, and I really have been enjoying it. I love the way that the vetiver really is predominant in this. You get a lot of this really nice, clean, fresh, almost grassy green vetiver. You're also going to get some citruses to really get things going, a little bit of bergamot, maybe a little lemon in there. But it's really predominantly that vetiver. Full dry down, you're getting almost a creamy quality to it with a nice woody base and some nice musk supporting everything. I think Orchard Vetiver is perfect for vetiver lovers. If you enjoy the note of vetiver and a really natural smelling vetiver, more of that grassy, green, clean type of vetiver, this is definitely going to be in your wheelhouse. Now, I get good performance out of this, again, about that 6-7 hour mark. It has really nice projection within the first hour, but if you don't like vetiver, might not be for you. But if you love vetiver, definitely going to be for you. Orchard Vetiver, I think, is a banging vetiver. I think it's very fresh, clean, perfect for the warm weather, the hot weather, the humid weather, because this really cuts through the heat. So next up on the list, Flower City, Orchard Vetiver. Next one comes from the house of Tom Ford, and it is no slouch to the channel. It's definitely been on here quite a few times before, but it's Costa Azzurra. Now, I absolutely love Costa Azzurra. Now, this is the discontinued one, okay? So this is the private blend. They don't make this one anymore. It's now on the signature line, which I don't own that one, but I have tested the signature line versus the private blend. And to be honest with you, they're pretty much exactly the same, except I will say the newer one in the signature line gets better performance. But I absolutely love what this fragrance does. Seaweed, salinity, and woods. A little bit of citrus in there, kind of meld all the notes together, but I love the woody aspects, the green qualities, and the nice salinity behind this. Performance on the private blend, I get about 6 hours, okay? 6 good hours. Now the signature line, you're looking at more of that 7 to 8 hour mark, and the scent profiles are pretty much exactly the same. So don't bend over backwards looking for this one, because it's gonna cost you literally an arm and a leg, or a kidney. I know they're not coming around cheap these days, but Casa Azura, I think, is a fantastic fragrance. One of my favorite summertime fragrances from the house of Tom Ford, and one of my go-to summertime studs. So next up on the list, we're going with Tom Ford's Casa Azura. Before we get into this next fragrance, let me know down in the comments, have you tried any of these previous fragrances that I've talked about? Let me know what your thoughts are. You know what to do. Next up on my list comes from the house of Histoire de Parfums, and this is not a blue bottle, 1.1. Look, I know it's a blue bottle. It's called This Is Not a Blue Bottle 1.1. I absolutely love this fragrance. Aldehydes, orange blossom, a little bit of orange citrus just to get everything rolling, get a nice creaminess to it. But I love the bubbly aspect to it. It's effervescent, it's bright, it's refreshing, it's cooling. I think this is an awesome fragrance that nobody ever talks about, honestly. And you can get these 60 mLs on discounters for like 60 bucks. Totally worth a whiff and sniff, in my opinion. And it just smells downright freaking good. Really good longevity out of this. I get a nice 7 to 8 hours of longevity. Great projection, especially as you start heating up. When you're out there in the sun and the sun's baking down on you, you might become a sweaty mess, but don't mean you gotta smell like one. And I recommend checking out Histoire de Parfums. This Is Not a Blue Bottle 1.1. Next up on my list, RASASI HAWAS. Now, I have heard and have gotten a lot of comments lately saying that people aren't getting great performance out of the new formulations of HAWAS. Now, I think you need to look for this like more purple juice. I don't know if you can see that. I'm sure you can. Hopefully you can. There you go. It's a little bit more purple. The bluer juice apparently does not have great performance. I mean, I guess it's just lacking in the performance category. But I'm really glad to have this formulation because I get really good performance out of it. I get a good 8-9 hours of performance, really good projection. Now it's citrusy, it's salty, it's salinic, it's an aquatic fragrance. It's got a nice floral heart to it, but it has a really nice creamy woody dry down. And it does really well in the heat. Now, again, I don't know what formulation my bottle is. I have to find my box. But I don't know where it is because I box up all my boxes. That's irony. But as soon as I find it, I'll let you guys know in a video at some point. But I think HAWAS is great, especially for the price. You can get it at discounters. If you like that Invictus ACQUA DNA, and in my opinion, you want something a little bit better, definitely check out RASASI HAWAS. So I've got a new one here for you, all right? And I'm about to do a full review here in the upcoming week. But I wanted to put this one in here because I did wear this last night to go see the new Top Gun movie. It's freaking awesome. If you've seen it, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. I'd love to talk about it. I mean, I take the highway to the danger zone every day. Every day. I know. But it's coming from the house of Jivago. And this is 24 gold pour homme. So this is for him. As you can see, there's gold flakes in the bottle. I think this is a great evening out type of fragrance for the summer. All right, you're getting a lot of woods, you're getting a lot of spices like cardamom, you little black pepper spice in there as well. There's definitely some coumarin in here. Also, I get a little bit of a citrusy floral quality to it. Now, this is an eau de toilette concentration and it is $150 for 100 ml. This has really good lasting power for an eau de toilette. Now this gives me almost La Nuit de l'Homme vibes, or more like Secret Tris from Fragrance du Bois vibes, but a little less polished, but still really good. I just got this one, but I wanted to add it on here because I just thoroughly enjoyed rocking it last night. So next up on my list, Jivago 24K. This next one I have really been enjoying rocking. And it comes from the house of HAPPYLAND Studios, and this one is GAELIC Mist. Out of all three of EJ's newest releases, this one is my favorite. Reminds me of Scotland. It gives me those green Irish tweed vibes, but loaded down with more oak moss. A little bit more iris in there, or orris. The florals are still pretty much kind of like what you would expect from like green Irish tweed, or what you would expect from a fragrance that's representing Scotland. It's very green. It's got this nice grassy quality to it. You get these nice florals within the heart, and it dries down nice and creamy, like beautifully creamy. Now, I'm actually wearing a shirt from a gin brand out of St. Andrews, and if I ever make it to St. Andrews to play golf one day, this is what I'll be rocking. Great longevity, great performance, and if you couldn't tell, I've already put a pretty big dent in that bad boy. I'm freaking loving this fragrance. It's awesome. I'm gonna have to get another bottle of this by the end of the summer, which doesn't tend to happen for me. But if you like that green Irish tweed type of DNA, then you are gonna stink and love Gaelic Mist. Not saying it smells exactly like green Irish tweed, shares similarities. This one is a lot more green. It's got a lot more of that oak mossy quality to it. I freaking love it. So next up on the list, HAPPYLAND Studio, Gaelic Mist. All right, so I know this next one, some people are gonna be like, oh no, I don't like that fragrance. Well, this ain't your list, it's my list. And I'm always curious to know what your list would be. So at any point, you know what to do. Drop me a comment down below. But next up, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever. Forever, ever? Forever, ever. I freaking love this fragrance. Wore it last week, and the grapefruit in this fragrance sticks around on my skin. It's briny, it's juicy, it's bright. You're getting every aspect of the grapefruit. And in the dry down, you just get some nice woody qualities. Maybe a little vetiver in there. And there's some nice florals that are kind of attaching themselves to that grapefruit, allowing that grapefruit to kind of prolong itself. I love this fragrance. I absolutely do. I know a lot of people are talking about the new D&G Light Blue Italian Love. It's this. It is exactly this. In my opinion, that's a cash grab. They made it so similar to this. If you own this, I don't think that you need the new Italian Love. I know I don't. Though if you're that type of collector that, you know, has to have everything, well, yeah, then go pick it up. I don't blame you. I ain't gonna say shit. But Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever. I love the citrus qualities to it. I love the way that there's almost a salty quality to it as well. And it does really stinking good in the heat. The hotter I get, the more this projects, it performs, and it just smells downright awesome. And not to mention, you can get this at discounters. Italian Love, you can't yet. This one, you can. And they smell pretty much the same. So yeah, I'd go with this. So next up on the list, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever. So how long you been following this channel? Let me know. Leave me a comment. Because if you've been following for a while, you know that this next fragrance has to be on here. It's coming from the house of XERJOFF, and this one is 40 Knots. Now, I will say, Costa Azur from Tom Ford and this fragrance share some similarities. They don't smell alike whatsoever. They just share kind of the same similarities. They're green, they're salty, and they're woodsy. And that's exactly what you're going to get from 40 Knots. Though, again, does not smell anything like Costa Azur. It just shares some of the same similarities, not the same scent profile. Hopefully, that makes sense. But 40 Knots, I freaking love what this fragrance does. It's salty, it's green, no citrus really in this fragrance whatsoever, and woody. You get like sandalwood, like dry woods, like driftwood, maybe a little bit of patchouli in there, adding some green facets to it as well. I love this scent profile. It lasts forever, lasts all freaking day, and then some. 40 Knots is a beast. If you're looking for a beast mode, long-lasting, luxurious smelling, green, salty, woodsy type of fragrance, look no further. Check out XERJOFF 40 Knots. So last up on my list comes from the house of Primerakw perfumes, and this is Costa Blanca Musk. I have really thoroughly been enjoying this fragrance. I wore it twice last week, and Costa Blanca Musk, well, it's a musk-based fragrance. There's a lot of white musks in here that are giving it projection and performance and adding to its longevity, because I get really good performance out of this. I love up top how you get this like nice fruity sweetness with a little bit of a fruity floral quality to it as well. The sandalwood in here is gorgeous. I love the creamy woody qualities because the woods and the musks all wrap themselves around each other and create this really nice long-lasting creamy dry down. Awesome fragrance, really awesome fragrance. Now, Primera perfumes, don't try to just go out there and look for it. I'll leave all the information down in the description for Primera perfumes. You'll have to DM them or email them to get a list of what's available and for pricing. If I can remember right, I think these are 160 to 180 for 100 ml. Really good juice. In fact, everything that I've gotten from Primera has been high quality, very natural smelling. This thing will leave a sheen on your skin for hours. Performance, 8-9 hours of performance, at least on my skin. Projection is really heavy within the first 2 hours, especially if you're outdoors. The more you heat up, the more this projects. So last up on my list, Costa Blanca Musk from Primera Perfumes. There it is, guys. My apologies for being gone for a week. I had a whole lot of shit on my plate. I'm just going to be honest with you. We will be going live very, very soon to talk about what's going on, the future of this channel. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. But let me know what some of your favorite fragrances are that you look forward to rocking this summer. Let me know any fragrances you think I need to get my nose on, but that is it for me today. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. If you enjoyed today's content, then do me a favor and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember, you are stinking beautiful. And until next time, happy scent trails.